Before we begin, tell me where are you watching from and what time is it there? Type it in the comments. I love seeing how far these stories travel. Europe at the dawn of the 18th century was a continent on the edge of chaos. One king had died, no clear heir remained, and suddenly, the future of Spain and the balance of power in Europe was thrown into uncertainty. This is the story of the War of the Spanish Succession, a conflict that spanned over a decade, reshaped nations, and set the stage for modern Europe. From the palaces of Versailles to the battlefields of northern Italy, Germany, and the Low Countries, kings, generals, and diplomats fought not just for land, but for power, influence, and survival. If you love history told in a calm, cinematic way, stick around. Subscribe to follow these stories all the way through. In 1700, Charles II of Spain died. A man plagued by illness, he left no heir. Europe held its breath. Two main candidates emerged for the Spanish throne. Philip of Anjou, grandson of Louis XIV of France, Archduke Charles of Austria. Member of the Habsburg dynasty, if Philip took the throne, France and Spain could become a single powerful empire. This alarmed England, the Dutch Republic, and Austria. They feared a balance of power crisis. The continent could be dominated by a single family. Did you know that the king's death set off years of diplomatic maneuvers, secret treaties, and alliances that would decide the fate of Europe? And so, Europe prepared for war. In response to Philip's claim, the Grand Alliance formed in 1701. England, the Dutch Republic, and Austria banded together to support Archduke Charles. Their goal: prevent a French-Spanish superpower. France, under Louis XIV, refused to step back. The young Philip was crowned Philip V of Spain, backed by French troops. The stage was set. Battles erupted across Europe, the Low Countries, northern Italy, the Rhine, and Spain itself. These weren't just armies. They were highly professional forces moving across challenging terrain, fighting in sieges, river crossings, and open fields. One battle would last for weeks, with neither side gaining clear advantage, yet it would decide the future of an entire region. Some of the war's most decisive battles occurred far from Spain itself. Battle of Blenheim, 1704. Allied forces led by the Duke of Marlborough and Prince Eugene of Savoy defeated the French in Bavaria. It was a turning point, proving France was not invincible. Battle of Ramillies, 1706. Marlborough again led British and Dutch forces to a crushing victory in the Low Countries, opening the way for Allied advances into Flanders. Meanwhile, the Spanish theater was chaotic. Spain itself became a patchwork of loyalties. Some regions supported Philip, others supported Charles. The fighting was brutal, involving sieges of major cities and guerrilla-style clashes in the countryside. Did you know that Britain's success in this war laid the groundwork for its later dominance at sea and in trade? War was not just fought on battlefields. Diplomats worked tirelessly behind closed doors in Vienna, London, and Paris. Treaties were proposed, alliances shifted, and promises were broken. France remained strong, but stretched. Spain was devastated. Austria sought to expand influence while England aimed to protect its trade and colonial interests. Despite years of fighting, by 1710, the war was at a stalemate in many regions. Soldiers and civilians alike suffered from famine, disease, and the constant movement of armies. At one point, the Allies considered replacing Archduke Charles entirely, a reminder that even in victory, politics often outweigh strategy. After 13 years of warfare, exhaustion finally set in. France, Spain, England, and the Dutch were ready to negotiate. The Treaty of Utrecht, 1713, reshaped Europe. Philip V remained King of Spain, but renounced his claim to the French throne, preventing a super empire. Britain gained Gibraltar, Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, and trading privileges in the Spanish colonies. Austria acquired territories in Italy and the Netherlands. This treaty not only ended the war, but established the principle of balance of power, a guiding rule for European diplomacy for the next century. The War of the Spanish Succession left Europe transformed. New borders, new alliances, and a more cautious French monarchy. Britain emerged as a naval and colonial power. Spain remained under Bourbon rule, but weakened internally. It also showed the cost of dynastic ambition. Millions of soldiers and civilians suffered for claims and titles that ultimately shaped the maps of Europe more than the lives of those who fought. So now I ask you, after everything you've heard, what do you think? Could Europe have avoided this war? Or were these dynastic conflicts inevitable? Type your thoughts in the comments. And before you go, subscribe and share this video with friends who love real history. Because stories like this, power, politics, and war deserve to be remembered.